I've spent 23 years working with manufacturers and I've learned this truth. If you're cutting staff, materials, or raising prices to boost margin, you are actively making your profit problem worse. That sounds completely backwards, doesn't it? You're doing the exact things that every business book tells you to do when marketing squeeze, but that traditional playbook is built on a fundamental lie about a critical area of your business. The lie is that EHS, environmental health and safety, is a pure cost center. It's seen as a necessary evil, a drain on capital. I'm here to tell you that EHS is, in fact, the most powerful untapped profit lever in your facility. Stick with me because I'm going to show you how those invisible leaks are bleeding your margin dry and how to turn them into pure sustainable profit. You still don't believe that cutting costs can make your profit problem worse? I get it. You've seen the spreadsheets, but here's what those spreadsheets hide. They assume every cost is stable and predictable. That's why you keep getting blindsided. The truth I've seen in my 23 years of building EHS systems is that manufacturing has three invisible financial enemies. These aren't your budget line, they're hiding beneath it. They are unmitigated risk, unchecked surprises, and extreme inefficiency. These three enemies are draining your cash, and they're why raising prices or cutting staff never fixes the underlying margin problem. You're trying to patch a roof when your foundation is cracking. This is the strategy your competition ignores. I'm going to show you how to turn your EHS efforts into a data generating machine that kills these hidden expenses. It all starts with the first one, the place where that hidden cost surfaces most painfully on your P&L every year, your insurance premiums. You're paying too much right now, even if you have low injury rates, because the system is designed to charge you for vulnerability, not just for accidents. Ready to know the two specific actions you can take this week to immediately start forcing your underwriter to give you a discount? Before we move on, let's be honest. Your gut already knows that you're losing money, but where? I created the hidden margin leakage scorecard to answer that question truthfully. This free download shows you the hidden areas bleeding your profit dry and precisely how exposed you are right now. This is a game changer for margin control. Download it instantly using the link in the description below. Stop guessing and start measuring. Now, let's get back to the video. Wait, stop right there. If you're focused on lowering your total recordable incident rate, or TRIR, you're doing exactly what the insurance company wants you to do. And it's costing you thousands. In my work with manufacturers, I've seen leaders accept high premiums as unavoidable. The truth is, the system charges you for vulnerability, not just accidents. If you want to move the needle by 20%, 30%, or more, you have to change the core metric your underwriter uses, risk exposure. The goal is to turn your EHS program into a data generating machine that proves you are the safest bet in the market, reducing that inherent risk surcharge. How do you prove that zero risk profile? With two key moves. First, implement a digital near miss and lag time reporting system for all incidents. Utilize it for near misses, equipment failures, property damage, and compliance checks. Industry studies show claims filed a month or more after an injury cost 48% more to settle. By proving you can report instantly, you demonstrate a level of control that earns better underwriting. But having that data isn't enough. You have to use it. The second action is about how you force your underwriter's hand. This is where most managers fail, and I learned this lesson the hard way. Believe me, I've been there. A few years ago, I was the one thinking, I haven't had any claims. We're not experiencing incidents. Why are my premiums so high? I even changed carriers to save a few measly cents on the dollar. The reason? I failed to realize that the negotiation isn't about injury rate, it's about your risk management performance. You can't just be safe, you must prove you are safe with quantifiable data. This is the second action. Leverage your data for negotiated discounts. This is the specific data they want. Proactively providing your insurer with your TRIR, yes, but crucially, give them your audit, training, and corrective action completion rates. Show them the raw numbers as proof of your monthly audits and 100% complete employee training. This documentation forces the underwriter to give you the scheduled credits and premium discounts you've earned. This is how EHS kills the first profit killer, unnecessary premiums. But insurance is only one part. What about the surprise six-figure fines you feel are entirely unavoidable? Yep, I definitely messed up here before. If you've ever waited around for the next OSHA inspection, you're playing Russian roulette with your annual budget. The executive mistake is relying on luck instead of strategy. These fines are pure financial shock. They hit the budget with zero warning, often forcing you to pull capital from growth projects to pay a penalty for a problem that you could have fixed for almost nothing. The simple strategy is proactive compliance verification. Don't wait for the regulator to audit you. Audit yourself first and make those audits hyper focused. We eliminate the element of surprise by systematically targeting the usual suspects that regulators find most often. On the safety side, the top three are hazard communication, lockout tagout, and machine guarding. You need to assign these to the people who are already closest to the equipment. For example, assign machine guarding checks to the maintenance staff as part of their weekly rounds. But environmental compliance requires a different mindset. Specifically, the EPA loves to find manufacturers over one simple thing you think is harmless, making a change to your facility. This is the subtle mistake that can cost you six figures overnight. Hold on before you touch that new equipment. On the environmental side, the core focus remains waste and air quality. The single biggest vulnerability with air is the unpermitted change. EPA or a state regulator can hit you with a fine if you modify equipment like installing a new oven, changing a spray booth, or relocating a dust collector without updating your permit. Your action is this: create a change management checklist that mandates a sign off from the plant manager before any equipment that vents to the outside is installed or moved. This simple sign off forces the mandatory call to update your permit before you open yourself up to a major violation. And what about waste? The easiest fines come from simple things like open drums or improperly labeled waste containers. Appoint one production technician to be the waste coordinator for 10 minutes a day. This self policing strategy turns financial disaster into a predictable line item. But once you master compliance, you still have the largest financial leak of all. This costs manufacturers far more than any one fine ever could. I'll be honest, when I first started consulting almost 8 years ago, I was still in my compliance mindset of waste just being trash. I missed the money sitting right in front of my clients. I didn't consider talking to them about not paying people to bury valuable materials. Often, the largest financial leak is excessive, inefficient waste disposal costs. This is money you bleed out every single day. The core strategy is resource value recovery. It means treating everything leaving your dock as a potential asset, not just garbage. You must shift your waste profile. Your two immediate actions here are action one, implement source separation for profit. The key is purity. Segregate all ferrous and non ferrous metals right next to the machine generating the material. And invest in a small compactor or baler for cardboard and clean plastics. Compaction instantly reduces hauling volume by up to 80%. This small investment can pay for itself within months by slashing hauling frequency and generating revenue. But you can do all that and still overpay. The final financial lever is your paper trail. You need to pull your invoices and do a waste disposal contract audit. When was the last time you reviewed those hauling invoices? Action 2. If you are paying for the disposal of recyclable materials, you're overpaying. Call your vendor and demand a renegotiation based on the new reduced volume and segregated revenue generating streams. Frame it as a partnership to secure better rates. That's how you shift EHS from a required expense to a tool for continuous profit improvement. So, there you have it. 3 actionable, untraditional strategies to grow your profit margin. This is how you shift the thinking in your business, moving EHS from an unavoidable expense to a tool for continuous profit improvement. But to know exactly where your facility is hemorrhaging cash right now, in fines, in insurance, and in waste, you need a clear map. That's why I created the free hidden margin leakage scorecard. If you're still here, you've already taken a baby step that most of your competitors fail to take. So go ahead, take that next step. Download the scorecard from the link below. All right, you know how you can significantly grow your margins, but what good are those extra profits if an unseen crisis wipes out your assets and shuts down your doors for good? Most managers worry about the explosion, but the true business killer is something much simpler: the failure to plan and execute well. Your ultimate defense isn't a bigger fire extinguisher. It's a simple, repeatable structure that beats expertise every time. I've pulled together the 5 emergency safety secrets that your small business can't survive without, specifically to shield your operation from that structural failure. Click the video on your screen right now to uncover all of those secrets and protect your future.